But there's been a change. There's been a big shift in consciousness today about branding, right? And so we need to understand that as businesses, we're very passionate about what we create, right? Because that's our life. We spend our lives creating this, right? Our products, our services are so dear to us, right? And so we approach marketing and we approach brand building through our products and services. But today, nobody cares about your product and service. I know. It pains, right? Because you spend so much time building up your business and your product and service, and you love talking about it everywhere you go. And you put it on your websites, and you put what you do, and you have fancy pictures of your buildings and your products and your industries and all the line of things. But nobody cares about that. Unbelievable. We're going to find out why. Why? And that is the big shift in consciousness that's happening today. So we're in the midst of a huge disruption, and I know you guys hear the word disruption all the time. Everything is being disrupted. All industries are being disrupted, right? My media industry, if I look back 2 years ago, who's watching TV? Right? Netflix is what is it right now, because we want it on demand, we want it on our terms. And that's why the world has changed, right? So we're in a very, very interesting time right now. And hopefully today, we're going to go on this journey and figure out what it is, right, that has changed, and how can we then change our mindsets about building brands and building and creating emotionally resonant experiences for our customers today, right? How do you feel about this logo? It's a beautifully designed logo, won't you say, right? Spent a lot of money on the design for this logo. Does anybody know what this is?
Is it a beer?
Is it a beer? Good point. No clue. No idea. Beautifully designed logo. Spend a fortune on the design, don't you think? It looks like emblematic. It could be a soccer team or something. I mean, it could be so many different things. You don't have any idea because you have no what with this brand? No connection. Absolutely, Sonia. You have no connection. Nice looking logo. Really nice, right? Look at the lighting, shading. Look at the blue hues, the gold. You know, that's beautiful. But you don't have any resonance with this thing that you see, right? Now, beers, right? This is a big Russian brand called Baltica, and I had the opportunity of sampling this on my last trip to Europe. It's been bought over by Carlsberg, so it's going to be like the number 2 beer in Europe. It's really awesome, and they have a range from darks to pale ales, and they're really good, right? So I was introduced to this by another friend in Germany, and he said, you got to try this, and I loved it, and I bought a few bottles. Now that you've heard this from me, what is your thought about this logo? Would you perhaps try and sample this on your next trip to Europe?
Yes.
Why? Because you met this guy and he's wearing a jacket and he was at the Singapore Chinese Chamber of Commerce. He looks like he was credible, and he said that he had tried it and he had a good time trying it and he enjoyed it. So maybe I'll give it a shot, right? Because I trust this guy, right? He's not some guy on the street. He was wearing a jacket, he looked credible. And his name was Ashok. And so, okay, he told me to try it and maybe I would. What did I just do in your mind? What did I just do for you?
You painted an image.
I painted an image. What did I just do for you? I changed something in your mind.
I gave us our own opinion.
An opinion, right? And we'll come to what I changed just now. It took me 5 seconds to change something. So here it is, Baltica, and if you see this brand next to your well-known beer brands, Heineken and Budweiser, you would now probably pick it up in a supermarket, wouldn't you? Because you remember what I told you, right? You have something in your mind about this brand, right? And yes, do try it. I know it's early morning in Jurong and we're talking about beer, but not the right context. But yes, on your next trip to Europe, do try it. I believe it's you will love it. But here's the thing. I changed something a little bit about, an in-the-script logo that you had never seen in your lives before, and now you have something about it, right? So we need to understand that we live with these brands every day, we experience brands every day, but beyond the design, beyond the good-looking design, there is something that we connect with, okay? There is something that we connect with, which goes way, way beyond just the look and feel and the design and the identity of the brand, okay? And that's what we are here today to figure out. What is it in the digital age that is creating our ideas and perceptions of these brands, okay? Right? It's emotional. Now, I know we're talking about the digital age and all things digital, but we fundamentally haven't changed. We're not digital people. We're not androids. Not yet. Not yet. But we are emotional beings. We buy with our heart, okay? We rationalize with our brains all we want, but we buy with our heart. We're still very emotional. We make emotional decisions, right? So how you feel about a brand is everything today. Now we're going to look at how this feeling is created and how in the digital age you can still create amazing brand experiences and the right feeling for your brands, all right? Now let's look at this guy. He looks happy. He just bought his new convertible, right? He's riding on this road, lovely wind in the hair. He's got the girl of his dreams there. He's successful. Would you think he's happy? Would you say? Yeah, right? Now, for all the men in the room here, how much time would we spend? Has anybody bought a car lately here? Hands up. Lately in the last 2-3 months? Nobody? This is Singapore? Okay. That one's too high COE. Yeah. But I bought a car. But anyway, so he probably went, like most of us today in the room, if we were going to buy a car, he researched the hell out of this, right? For 6 months, he spent going on every YouTube video, every forum, looking at all the cars, looking at everything that was available in the market, and he rationalized his decision. But ultimately, when he went to the showroom and he saw this convertible, what did he see? Did he see the 2-liter TFSI engine? Did he see the 18-inch alloy wheels? Did he see the RR rubber tires? Did he see the magnesium pistons or engine? Did he see that? Or did he see himself driving this car with the girl of his dreams and experiencing the world with the top down on his car? What do you think he experienced? The second one, absolutely. So, product, I spoke to you about product and features. The titanium engine, the gloss on the shine, all that stuff doesn't matter in the end. He saw himself driving that car, right? That's how he felt. And I'll talk about customer behavior, and today it's really understanding how your customers behave, right? Now, let's assume this is 2007, and that's 2017. In 2007, the way I was buying wine was I would go to a supermarket, I would go into the wine section, and I would pick up anything that has a picture of a castle on it. That would generally be a good wine, right? Castle, good. Bordeaux, whatever, right? I would read the label, I would look at wine, and Pinot Noir, Pinot Grigio, we could pick up the label, read, and spend some time, 40, 30 bucks, 30 bucks, okay. Castle, that sounds good, that's good. Okay, let's walk over to 2017. How am I buying wine today? I pick up a bottle, I take out my phone, I have my Vinimo app, I take a picture of the label, it tells me instantly what is the review. 4.2, anything under or above 3.5, I buy it. Anything under 3.5, I'm not buying it. I trust people. Slight difference, right? Things have changed. Things have changed. In 2007, how was I buying a car? I would go to a showroom, I would pick up the brochures, I would talk to salespeople, salespeople would give me the pitch. In 2017, I do all my research. I know everything about it. I go to forums, I trust, I watch hundreds of videos, I spend 4 months on YouTube looking at everything, and I make my own decision today, right? I don't even come in contact with the salesperson. I mean, I'm ready to buy maybe, right? Things have changed. Let's talk about television. I know some people in television here. 2007, Rush Home program, my favorite show. Maybe I didn't have my recording box, but I would rush home and sit around the TV 9 o'clock and watch CSI or whatever my favorite show was, right? And I would be happy, and we would make a little event around the couch and sit around. 2017, I'll watch it on my terms. I'll watch the 9 o'clock news at 11 when I want to, right? And Netflix today is curating everything for me. They know who I am. They know what I watch. And so I don't need to watch TV like the way I used to. It's on my terms, okay? So who's in control? What's happening here? In 2007, the brands were in control. Okay? We could influence people with our brand messages, right? We could tell people what to buy and people would buy. But what's happening in 2017? Who's in control? The consumer is in control. The consumer is in control. So no matter what you say about yourself, it doesn't matter. The consumer will figure out what is right and whether you're authentic and real. That becomes the power today. The power has shifted. The power has shifted from brands to consumers. We're in a very, very different world. So when I talk to a lot of businesses and they say, our branding has been done. And I said, really? Show me. Show me what have you done? And they pull out their logo, they pull out their design of their artwork. That's okay. That's a small part, and that's called identity. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that you need to build today to be able to connect with today's customer, to build trust in the world, to be able to sell your products and services. Your identity, yes, it's there. You need to have a logo. But it's what you give to this logo, what meaning you give to your brand is what's going to make a difference in your business today, and what's going to be different in terms of you failing and you succeeding in your business. And today we talked about all the other things. Your identity perhaps is 5%. Yes, you need to look different, you need to have a logo, you need to have some artwork, you need to have all those fancy cards. But if you don't give any meaning to all that, you are dead in the water today, because our consumers expect more from you as a brand. Now, I've had the pleasure of working with many companies over the last year and transforming their business. And a lot of times I get asked, so what is this brand equity question, right? I mean, why do we even need to build our brands? Because ultimately your value comes from what you believe in and what you're building up as a brand, right? And it's not about just selling your company. And a lot of startups want to say, hey, okay, I want to just do this for 2 years. Then don't stay in this game. Because brand building is about taking the long view. You have to take the long view. You're in it. Okay, you have skin in the game. You're in it for the long haul. You're building a brand, and brand building doesn't come overnight. It's about consistency. It's about having a plan, right? And sticking to that plan and believing that this is going to work and believing that you're making a difference in the world, right? So equity, finally, that comes out of this whole thing is something called brand equity. And brand equity is how much love is there for your brand, right? And how much awareness, image association, differentiation, willingness to recommend, price, premium. Today, Apple, look at the price premium it commands. Look at so many products that we're willing to pay more. Rolex, it comes from your equity, what you're building, right? Your equity comes from all these things. And there are agencies that measure this for you today. Your brand equity studies are being done. You can do brand equity studies. We did that a lot of times in our media companies. And so this comes back to this, and all the experiences that you're creating for your customers, from your people, the halo effect that you're creating around your brand results in brand equity. And this is the highest value that you can have for your brand.
Quite transformative for us, to really see how we have to really rethink our brand story, rethink how we are to position ourselves, and how to reach out to the niche customers that we want to.
Ashok is very, very enlightening, and I'm really, really glad that I'm here this morning. I was expecting another digital talk, but it didn't turn out this way. It was brilliant, and I really, really love the deep soul searchings that the leaders must have.
I feel very, very inspired and empowered to do a bit of soul searching about my brand, about what I stand for, and communicate this to my clients now.
This presentation by Ashok was just perfect. It kept me very motivated and gave me a lot of ideas on how I can keep up.
Finally, someone came out and speak and drive the leaders and tell them really what to do in order to transform. Awesome. Please attend his seminar.
I just finished a fabulous talk by Mr. Miranda. Looking forward to re-looking at my brand materials, and spending some time to really refocus my energy on coming up with a great story.